Scott Caruso here to talk to you about my week 2 project for visual frameworks. If you'll recall, I'm building an application that stores Magic the Gathering cards that the user owns, kind of like a virtual binder, if you will, of cards. And I'm going to break from my normal tradition of speaking to the camera first so I can get right down to showing you the app in the short 2 to 3 minutes that I've got. Pretty standard CSS formatting here. You've noticed I gave it a little bit of a very light background, changed some colors around, put a little box around the Planeswalker's binder up top. That's more because I think someday in the future I might want to put a logo there so that those dashed lines really represent that more than anything else. One little touch that I gave to this page was this add a card link that you see right here. Has a property on it that I really didn't know about before that I learned this week. To allow me to make it appear like it's never been clicked on before. So if you go to a link on a normal web page, lots of times visited links will show up a different color. I wanted to maintain the same color here as in the header and the title. So that's one of the cool things I learned about CSS this week. And really the CSS in general was a lot easier for me than I thought. I don't really fancy myself as a designer per se. But I found CSS was pretty easy this week and took the least amount of time of anything else. On the other hand, one of the things that was more difficult for me was actually getting this page and this section right here in particular, the card colors checkboxes, to do what I wanted them to do and all populate into the local storage like you'll see in a minute. Because there was different checkboxes, multiple items that you could select, I had to play around with the function a lot to get that to work. I finally did using an array essentially, and a bunch of other lines of code that I'm not going to talk about right now. But that was probably the most difficult thing for me to get done this week. The rest of it was really just time consuming. We can finish up adding some data here so we can see how it works. We'll see what I got myself today. I love this card so much. That's done. So we've got all our card information there. We'll submit the card info. I added a little touch here where it actually tells you the name of the card that you added when the alert pops up. Click OK. It actually refreshes the page for you. So if you want to add another card, you can. Let's go ahead and display our data. This data, of course, is in the local storage, which is not an ideal situation for the end user. You'd prefer to have the data stored somewhere where you could get to it from any device. But instead, if he adds his card data here, he can't even get to it via Firefox or Chrome right here on the same browser. So that kind of stinks for him, but it's all here. You can see everything made it over, including the colors. I can clear the data. And all the cards have been removed, and he's going to come right back here. If I try to clear it again, sorry, no cards in your binder to clear. So that was my week 2 assignment. I hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to talking to you again next week. Thanks.